your math homework. Send in the picture of your completed work, of your completed math homework by 9 a.m. So an hour after everything is supposed to be sent to me, you guys will receive a picture of the answers to your math homework. Check your homework and put an X over the number of any incorrect problems. So you're going to be checking your own homework. I'm going to make sure I got it from everybody, but then you're going to check your own homework. Check your homework, put an X over the number of any incorrect problems. Correct any problems you got wrong and send in a picture of your corrected homework by 8 p.m. So you have all day to get that done, but I do need to see that before the next day. I need to see that you corrected your homework. I'll get to that in a minute. Check at the end of each week's homework sheet to see the list of homework to turn in. So if you turn for a second to your homework sheets, I'm just going to turn to the last one for week 2. Okay, so turn there with me. Last page of the pink one. There's a box next to Friday that says send back to me. You have that for week 2. You also have a separate one for week 1. Always the box, next to Friday says send back to me. And that's all the homework that needs to be put in your folder for me. So put all of this in that green folder for me. Your Spanish homework, you will be sending back to Miss Haley in the Spanish folder, please. Okay? Put all of the assignments of each subject together in chronological order, please. Make sure all of your papers are neat, the edges are not messy. Also make sure that your name is on each assignment, as I said. Oh, look, I did put it in your notes. Do not send in your notes, just send a picture of them each day. Put your homework that you are turning in to me in that green folder. It'll be switched out for the next packet. Test procedures, go to the next page. Math and English tests. When you take your math or English test, you need to be in the same room as an adult. They do not need to be sitting with you, just supervising you. So they don't have to sit next to you, watch you take the test. They're too busy for that. But they need to be in the same room. They need to be aware that you are taking a test. Okay, don't just go and sit in that room without telling them what you're doing. Okay, they need to know that you're taking a test so that they can make sure you don't have your book, your cell phone, a calculator, anything like that. No, none of your notes, your notebooks, nothing. Just your test, maybe a scrap piece of paper if it's math, pencil and an eraser. That's all you need to take your test. Nothing else should be within reach of you. Even your cell phone, put that away. You can answer any messages after you take your test. If it's an emergency, you'll know. Okay, then your parents are going to sign a little card that says, I don't think I have an example of that here. No, I don't. Okay, there's a little card. Those of you in Algebra 1/2, you have your first test in the first packet, so you have an example of that card that says that they watched you, they made sure you didn't use anything to cheat on your test. They'll write their name and they'll sign it and send that in with your test. When you are finished with your test, make sure your name is on it and put your test in your packet to return to school. For science and history tests, when you have those, you're going to take your test over a video call the Friday of that week. So I will have you guys schedule a time to call me on Friday by Thursday night before the Friday of that test. So the Thursday of that test week, then we'll make sure that you scheduled a time to call me on Friday. We'll probably do a group call with as many of you as can join, and then if you can't join the group call, then you'll have to do it individually later on that Friday, okay? Unaccepted consequences, okay. So there has to be some consequences for not getting your work done. First of all, if you don't send in things. At the bottom of this, it says late homework or photos. If your homework is late or missing, this includes daily pictures of you working and your completed assignments, you will lose points on your assignments and may be asked to repeat assignments or do extra assignments, especially if this becomes a common thing that you're constantly late with your work, not sending it in, then I will probably ask you to repeat it or do extra homework for me. All right, go back up to the top of consequences where it says unacceptable homework. If your homework is messy, really, really sloppy, unable to be read, or does not follow the instructions that I have given you, this includes headings, you will have to do the assignment again, okay? You cannot choose, oh, I want to listen to Miss Ashley for this, but I don't want to listen to Miss Ashley for this part of my assignment. Nope. You have to do the assignment exactly as I told you. If you do not, you will have to repeat the assignment. So let's say you send in your math assignment. Your name is on it, but you don't write the lesson number. Maybe included the date, but not the lesson number. You will do the entire assignment again. Okay? I know that that's a little harsh, and it's a lot of work, but it's important that you learn how to discipline yourselves to follow all the directions. And so I think that if that does happen to you, it probably won't happen too many times because you're going to start making sure that you follow directions, right? Yeah, definitely. I will keep the original assignment that is unacceptable and send you a message to do the assignment again in addition to your other work. I cannot bajar your tarea for a consequence. For your math homework, incorrect odd problems. Now I explained in your math video that you need to be checking your odd problems. So remember, for Algebra 1 and Algebra 1/2, you have the answers to all of your odd problems in the back of your book. Now don't use this to cheat. I'm placing a lot of confidence in you guys. Now it will probably be pretty obvious to me that you cheated because I would see that you don't have the proper work if you cheated. And there's no sense in faking the work because one, I could tell, and two, it's just as much work as doing it the right way in the first place. So make sure you do it the right way in the first place. Then, when you're all done with your homework, check your odd problems. If you got one wrong, go back and try it again. Keep trying it until you get the right answer. If you're stuck, call me, ask to call me, and let me know. By the way, I will be here in the school from 8 to 1, and I am here. I'm available for you to call me, send me a message. After 1, please send me a text before you want to call to let me know that you want to call. I've never had any problem with you guys trying to call me in weird times, but just please text me first if you want to call me after 1 so that you make sure that I'm available because maybe I'm out, don't have internet or whatever it might be. So make sure that I'm available by texting me after 1, please. Okay, if your odd problems are incorrect, you will receive an extra math homework page for each lesson that has incorrect odd problems. So if I see on your math work, number 1 is wrong, then I'm going to send an extra homework page in your next paquete. If you have missing math work, that's not writing out the formulas or unit multipliers, not following the directions in a math problem, you will find 5 more problems of the same type and do them again, plus redoing the original problem. Even if your answer was correct, I don't care. If you don't follow the process I told you to follow, you have to do it again. Again, I know that that can be very time consuming, so just do it right the first time, and that'll help you. Send a picture of those problems done correctly by the end of the day. So I will let you know, hey, you didn't write your formula for the area of the triangle, go find 5 more problems and redo that problem. Send me a picture by the end of the day. If I don't receive that picture by the end of the day, then you have consequences, okay? And that would be your late homework. Your points will get lowered and you'll have extra homework. If the problems are still done incorrectly, you will have to find 10 more problems plus the original. Okay, turn the page. Now we're in the green section where it says Assignment Guidelines. Okay, so there you have instructions, in-depth instructions for each of your assignments. So Bible, you have your Bible summaries. And it explains everything there, which I will also be explaining in your Bible video, so I'm not going to go over it right now. Then you have your assignment guidelines for your constellation project. So that is for science. So in your science section in your binder, you'll find all of your instructions, all of your materials. In your green folder, you'll find a black piece of paper. That's for you to do your model of the constellation that you chose. So read through this. If you have any questions, let me know, okay? But these are your guidelines for your assignments. For your constellation project, just have fun with it, okay? Don't look at it as a big project in your life. Just look at it as a way to learn some more, have some fun, create something, okay? The All About Me Pen Pal project, I've kind of talked over that with you a little bit, but make sure that you read that read that over so you can turn that in. Math homework, down there at the bottom, it says check each of your problems or do them twice if you cannot show on paper that you checked the problem. This goes for Algebra 1 and Algebra 1/2. So you need to do each problem twice or visibly on paper show that you've checked it, either one. After completing your math homework, check the answers to the odd problems in the back of your book. As I said, if your problem is incorrect, try again until you get the correct answer. When you send in the picture of your math homework, there should be no incorrect odd problems, nor should there be any skipped problems. You cannot skip problems. I need to see that you tried them. If you can't figure it out, you can write a sentence saying, Ms. Ashley, I tried my very, very best, but I still could not complete this problem. But I only want to see that on no more than 2 problems. You cannot write that sentence on more than 2 problems, okay? Because some of you like to just write that sentence and skip the problem and go to the next one. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. I will, number 1, have to see your work plus the sentence, and number 2, you can only do that twice in a homework lesson. If you cannot figure out a problem, please send me a message. Don't just leave it blank. Show your work for every problem. If a problem has a formula, such as area or volume, you must write that formula before beginning the work. If the problem says to use unit multipliers, you must write out the correct unit multipliers. Don't do them in your head. Okay, so those are your opening pages of your guidelines that I need to see from you. Next, homework week 1. Ready? So everyone should have their homework sheet ready. Here are your Bible verses that you need to memorize every week. You can send me a video of yourself saying them, or you can come to church and say them to me directly. They don't have to be said every week, but try to say them once every week. They just have to be said before the end of the first partial. But it's best if you try to say them every week so that you get them done. So you have, with me, you have Bible. Now there's Algebra 1/2 and Algebra 1, both on the homework sheet. If you're in Algebra 1/2, that's the only one you need to follow. You can ignore the assignments for Algebra 1. If you're in Algebra 1, and you'll know by the book that you have, then you follow those and ignore the other ones. Technology, watch your texting etiquette video, take notes on it. Science, you need to read, answer your comprehension checks. English, you have a video you need to watch. You need to take notes during that video, and you'll see in the video when you need to stop and take notes. You have some English pages to complete, including a writing page. We're going to be doing a lot of writing this year. And then at the bottom is a reminder to your parents for that daily picture of you, plus pictures of your assignment, and your parents need to sign at the end of each day that you've completed your assignments. So we have week 1 in the teal color and week 2 in the pink. Right, then after that, now again, your Bible is a little different. All of you will have a purple divider here. And then you have here your doctrines for Bible. So when we are talking about Bible doctrines, this is what I am referring to. So you'll go here, this is the first chapter, who is God? This is the very first doctrine, who is God? And so you'll read this and write a resumen of these 5 sentences here for your first doctrine assignment. And I'll talk about that more in your Bible video. Okay? You are free to organize your binder however you want to, okay? Whichever subject you would like to have in front, you can put that in front. I still highly recommend that you put your new homework assignments in the front of each section per subject, and please organize it by subject. That I am exigiendo that you do is in each divider is a different subject. I still highly recommend that you put your new homework in front, then any notes that you want to put in here, and then your old stuff that you get back in the back. So as to keep it nice and neat and you know where to find your stuff. If you prefer to do it out of this, that's fine. It's up to you. It's up to you if you want to keep Bible in the front. I put it in as the first subject because it's really the first thing that you should do in the morning. If you want to do it alphabetically, if you really don't care, it's up to you how you organize that. Okay, you also have in your paquete a chart for Física. Okay, you need to be doing Física once a week. So this tells you what you should do. It only takes about 7 minutes to do it, okay? So it takes 7 minutes to do that. All you have to do is do it once a week, helps you work out, get a little bit done, okay? As far as Física goes. I'm going to check my notes to see if there's anything else that I need to let you guys know in this video. think that's it for now. So just one big reminder, do your very best, because when we do our very best, we are pleasing God. And our first and foremost priority should be to please God with everything that we do. So if you are doing your best to please God, then everything else will fall under that. And secondly, have fun, okay? This can be fun. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, Miss Ashley, how is this fun? I want to go back to school. I want to be with my compañeros. Right now, I'm lonely. I'm bored. I know it's hard. But through school, you can have fun. It'll give you something to do. You have a fun new binder this year. Woohoo! Okay? So enjoy it. Think of the ways that you can make this the most fun for yourself and have a good time with school. I hope I get to see you guys soon. I love you so much, and welcome back to school.